Okay, let's see. Let's make sure everything's working. Can I hear myself? Can I hear myself? Can I hear myself? Okay, yep. Okay, alright. There's that. There's this. Um, okay, I'm still not feeling 100%, but we're gonna stream anyway. Also, I've come prepared. If I need to cough, I have cough drops. I had them last week, but didn't use them last week. This week, I'm feeling better. Okay, also, because it's New Year, um, happy Lunar New Year. Tammy Makes Things. Hello, welcome in, Tammy Makes Things. How are you doing? I was just babbling to myself, assuming nobody was here yet. But yes, happy Lunar New Year. Happy Year of the Rabbit. Usually, when I start off stream, I don't have anything interesting to say or start off with. I'm actually just advertising currently. I run through a bunch of Discord servers and just say, "Hey, I'm streaming." So anyway, I outfitted my new how command. If you are so Tammy Makes Things, were you the one that was let into Magic Chat in Infozar's Discord, or am I thinking about it somebody else? But anyway, I'm currently advertising, so that perhaps we might get some people here later. You're probably thinking of me. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, if you are familiar with some tricks, feel free to request some tricks from my trick list, and they'll get put into the queue. If you've followed some music streamers before, they use StreamerSonglist. I use StreamerSonglist for tricks, and it basically helps guide what I'm going to do for the night. I feel like having the queue is really helpful. Also, it keeps me on my toes because I have like 60 magic tricks in my trick list, and any one of them can be requested at any time. So, but then after I'm done advertising, which I'm about halfway done now, then we'll do some magic. And then if you don't know what names of tricks are, because a lot of times crediting and finding out the names of tricks are difficult, feel free to type !random and it'll just randomly put a trick in the queue. Alright, almost done. Okay, there we go. Boom. Alright. And then other times I do sometimes pick some warm-up tricks for myself. But actually, if there's anybody here who is interested in some of the requests are currently disabled, it says, what? Okay, hold on. Okay, now they're on. My apologies. I'd like to say I'm a new streamer, but at this point, I don't think I have any excuses. Being a mod for two other streamers and have been streaming for like 6 months myself. So, anyway, as I was saying, for anybody who's interested in the redeems, I don't know if I'm going to be adding this to the redeem, but I do want to show some people a deck. Excellent. We even have our warm-up trick, and let me just make sure I have everything available for performing such a trick before I start down this road. Okay, yeah, we do have what we need for things. But anyway, I do want to show everybody this new crazy, strange deck that I have purchased. And it is a deck of cards in which the cards are shaped like a triangle. So I'm not sure if I want to actually put this into the redeem rotation. So for anybody who is new here or hasn't seen, but I have a bunch of redeems in which I will use a different deck of cards than a regular deck of cards to perform some tricks. So sometimes plastic cards, Uno cards, Magic the Gathering cards, things like that. I tried doing some sleights with this. This is not easy. And yeah. Hey, welcome in, Attilian. How are you doing today? Tangy Cat, welcome in. Haha, magics. So the interesting thing about this deck is, let me grab some cards out of here, is that on the triangle there's the pip. Each corner is a pip corner, and so yeah. So these are bizarre. So I've actually not shuffled this, but it spreads really well. So this is like a novelty deck that is shaped weird, but is actually made like decently high quality for a regular deck of cards. And I don't think the intention was to perform magic with it, because I don't even know how to shuffle this. I've tried. I have another. I bought two. I bought a red deck and a blue deck. The blue deck is upstairs. But I was practicing with that. But like, it shuffles horribly. Hey, welcome in, Books, Brews and Booze. How's it going? Ooh, funky shape, like the circular cards I had yesterday. Yeah, Books. I saw you were showing off a tarot deck on Infozar stream. I was just lurking, I think, at that point. But cool. So those are so strange. They make my brain hurt. Yeah, I've tried doing some sleights with them. Okay, let me actually, before I do the requested trick, let me see if I can do something with this. Okay, so here, top card, we have the six of spades. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, place it in the middle of the deck, like so. And if I snap, the six of spades should jump back up to the top. Right there. I know, super interesting. Now if I go ahead and I take it and I place it into the side again, different corner, if I snap, that's going to make the six of spades hop up to the top. Okay, I'm not going to lie, it's awkward. Super awkward. Oh man. Yeah, actually, let me see if there's another... Can I do another sleight with this? I just wanted to test this out. This is not by any means amazing or anything. Okay. Hey, Mike 2600 says, basically, Happy New Year in Vietnamese. I can't read or really speak Vietnamese. I know like a few words, but thanks, Mike 26. I'm currently showing off my new theory about these triangle deck of cards. So I'm not sure how well that translates. I stumbled through that sleight a lot. Let me see if I can do this sleight. Nope, I think that was pretty poor from my perspective. But I think for you guys, if you weren't paying attention, how many cards are in my hand? A lot of people would say 4. Some of you might have been like, whoa, 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 you saw a card multiple times. And they were all black. But no, you didn't see the 2 red cards that were in here. So anyway. Yeah, these cards are so weird, right? So anyway. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm hesitating from putting that into my redeem deck thing, but just wanted to show you guys that that's something that I've been playing around with, and I had the idea, but after watching a recording of myself trying to do a trick with it, not so great. Palming cards, palming triangle cards. Oh my god, no! I can't even imagine that. Okay, hold on. So while we're here, let's before I start, let's get some shout outs for everybody. Let's see here. Shout out for Tammy Makes Things. Shout out for let's see, Books, Brews and Booze. Shout out for Hey Charlie's Beats. How's it going? Welcome in. Let's see here. Shout out for Mike 2600. And let's see here. Okay, I think I got everybody that I wanted to shout out. But yeah, everybody who is here. Oh, and if anybody's a streamer and I missed them, please let me know. I'm a small streamer, so we're here to support all streamers, big or small, doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you had any sort of inkling in interest for anybody who I just shouted out, Charlie's Beats does music, Books, Brews, and Booze does reading, Tammy's makes things, but electronics, and I've actually only popped in to lurk Tammy like once for like 6 minutes. I'm sorry, I wanted to stay longer, but it's currently tough. Um, let's see, and all right, I think that's it. I'm technically streaming. I guess. Okay. Shout out for Tangy Cat. Say. Oh, last stream. Food and drink. I like food and drink. I don't know anybody who's still alive that does not eat and drink. And I'll just give myself a. I'll give myself a dad joke counter there. You're welcome. Okay. All right. So. Okay. First things first. We do have a request from Tammy Makes Things. Thank you kindly for the request. And we're going to be performing McDonald's Aces. So let's go ahead and get started. So this trick is going to require some aces. So let me find the aces here. Okay. So we have all 4 aces. Now with these aces, we're going to be doing something interesting. Now, if you've seen the history, not the history, if you've seen the plot of tricks, so the family of tricks that are called ace assemblies, we're going to try and get all the aces to assemble all in the same pile by the end of the trick. So first we're going to go ahead and place 3 cards on each one of these piles, like so. And actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and flip that. Okay, so first pile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this ace here. You'll see that it's going face up into this pile. But look, all I have to do is just grab it and drop it. And actually, I can snap for effect. It doesn't really matter. I already did it by grabbing it and dropping it. But if you take a look, all the cards, none of them are face up. And if I show you, none of them are aces. Interesting, right? Now look, we're going to go ahead and do something similar for this one. If I go ahead and pick it up, drop it, here we go. It's gone. It disappears. And if I show you, none of these are aces. Now you're probably thinking some weird shenanigans are afoot, mostly because, you know, it's a sleight of hand card magic stream. How can I make this Year of the Rabbit? But look, if I go ahead and I just leave it sticking out just for a second, and I turn it face down, like so, you'll still see it at the last second. Actually, let me make sure I'm doing this part right. Oh, I actually need to stick this in. So yeah, you'll see it here. You'll see it the last second. It's still facing the opposite direction, right? And if I go ahead and I do this, hopefully you guys didn't see that. Okay, I think, no, it's still here. Okay. Sorry, you can still see that, right? Okay. Here's the problem with this. If I flip them all over, you'll now see that one of the cards is face down. But actually, it's not an ace. Okay, and finally, what we have here are 4 cards. And as slowly and fairly as I can turn them face up. And there we have it, all 4 aces. And that, my friends, was McDonald's Aces. All right, let's see. We have some. Thank you kindly for the emotes. Tangy Cat, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, welcome in. Thank you kindly for the applause. Gibson Lens, Tammy makes things. Charlie's Beats. And, Attilian, thank you kindly for the applause. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing well. Please let me know if you did anything to celebrate Lunar New Year. Tammy makes things. Thank you kindly for the bits. I greatly appreciate it. Heckin' bamboozled, says Tangy Cat. I cooked too much food. Oh, I understand. I understand. So I am a little bit coughing tonight still, but I've come prepared. So we're going to be having some cough drops. So here's a cough drop. Here's the first one for the night. Hopefully that should help. Hopefully you guys don't mind that I speak with my mouth. I mean, it's not full of food. There's just a cough drop in there, but please don't find it too disgusting. Let's see here. Aries 444443. Welcome in. How's it going? Also, everybody, the queue is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Let's see. Tangy Cat says, "Oh no, how very dare you have human needs while on stream." Oh, I know. Such hubris that I have. Tammy says, "I spent this weekend cleaning up my house, and my mom and stepdad are coming to visit in 10 days. Oh, excellent. Sounds like a good time to catch up and have a visit. So, yeah, this past Christmas, my mom came to visit me. And for anybody who didn't know, I have a daughter that is just recently turned 18 months. So it was very exciting because it was the first time that my mom visited while my daughter basically could run around the house. So it was pretty awesome. All right. Whoa, we got a couple of requests in there. Excellent. And let's go ahead and prep for the next trick as requested by Tangy Cat. Let's see here. So I mostly do sleight of hand card magic, but this is like the only trick that I would consider that's a magic trick that isn't really a card trick. It's going to use cards, but it's really a coin trick. So this is called the coin matrix, and we have 4 quarters. These could be 4 borrowed quarters. They don't have to be these ones. Am I centered? I don't feel like I'm. Oh, there we go. Alright, either way, tilt your heads, whatever, make it look straight. Then we just use any 4 cards that we want over here. But, wait, Tangy Cat says, B-A-B-Y, baby, yes, I have a baby. So, she's so cute. I love her, she's awesome. She is smart. Anyway, what we're going to do is, we're going to cover up all these coins. And we're going to go ahead and do something interesting with them. Have you guys seen Star Trek before? Have you ever seen that technology that they use to transport people from one place to another? So you might beam from the starship down to the planet or other shenanigans. We're going to do something like that, but with the coins. So. Would you believe I'm going to make this coin jump from here to there? Charlie's Beats got the Izzy Paradox and the Data Laughing. And Gibson Lens has got the, if you didn't see that, Live Long and Prosper. So trying to read chat and do the trick at the same time. Man, here we go. And one more. There we go. And that, my friends, is the coin matrix. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was a quick one. It's pretty visual, though. I do like that. All right, let's see. Tangy Cat has got the the confused face and the what? Charlie's Beats, thank you kindly for the detective. And thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, Tangy Cat, Tammy Makes Things, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see here. What do we have? Oh, we have a request for the invisible deck. Hmm. Hey, Gibson Lens, did you see that I marked something as good and then it's not currently clearing from the song list? Or sorry, the trick list? Are you seeing that too? That's bizarre. Do I have to refresh? Please hold. Technical difficulties. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I think something needed to get reset, I think, for some reason. It's in the history now. Okay. Did you manually mark it or was it just delayed? Huh. Alright. Weird. I didn't touch it. Okay. Alrighty. Maybe delayed. Maybe I need a refresh or something. Who knows? Who knows? So, yeah, for anybody who likes the coin matrix, I have a longer version of that on my YouTube. I also did it without cards once, cardless coin matrix, and then I also did it once with Ticket to Ride trains. If you're into board games and you've ever played the board game Ticket to Ride, I did it with Ticket to Ride trains. I'm not gonna lie, practicing something with coins forever, and then all of a sudden you have to do it with these trains that are not perfectly smooth everywhere. It's super annoying. You did a trick with train pieces. Yes, actually, so on my YouTube channel, I have a project, 100 tricks in 100 days. But before I did that project, I'd been doing magic tricks that using card game and board game components on my YouTube channel for a while. So if you just search for like train matrix, I think, on my YouTube, let's drop that in there. If anybody wants to go check out my videos, I have a lot of magic videos, but I think I did like 4 or 5 tricks using Ticket to Ride train components. So not just trains, but like the cards, because there's a bunch of cards in there too. So feel free to check that out. But definitely, okay. All right. Aries 4443, are you still around? Cool. Thank you kindly, Tangy Cat. And yeah, feel free to just watch any of my YouTube content. I greatly appreciate it. And even if you don't, I greatly appreciate it if you just go ahead and play. Play the videos. Okay. All right, great. Aries 4443. All right, I'm just going to call you Aries. You have requested Invisible Deck. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that I have a deck of bicycle cards here. Now, Aries, I'm going to have you grab the deck. I'm going to send this through the internet pipes, and then you're going to grab it. It might be invisible to you when it comes out the other side, but go ahead and take it, and I'll give you some more instructions once you receive them. Okay, ready? Here we go. Hooah! Okay, I've sent the cards through the internet pipes. Aries, when you receive the deck, take out the cards. Open up the box, take out all of the cards. Spread through the deck, and then find the card that you want. I know it's going to be hard, they're invisible, but just know that you'll get the right feeling. And then take it. Yeah, I know. It may take a while if you're on dial-up. Hopefully everybody is on. Okay, then I want you to turn that card around so it's facing in the opposite direction. Stick it back in the deck, and then close up all the cards. Place the cards back in the box. Close the box, and then send the box back to me. Let me know once you've done that, and then send the cards back to me. Alright, Tangy Cat's got a lot of lulls. Charlie's Beats says it may take a while because if you're on dial-up. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully people are not watching on dial-up. I don't even know how you would watch videos or Twitch or literally anything that's streaming on dial-up. Okay, I'm sending back now. Okay, all right, all right. Hold on. I'm gonna get ready. Do I have to catch it like a diaper? No. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, here we go. All right, so we now have the deck that you took a card, you turned it facing the opposite direction. So at this point, I'm going to leave these in frame. You're not going to see them move or anything. And I'll do everything very slowly, very fairly. Now, Aries. I can't cheat at this point. But go ahead and tell everybody in chat, which card it was that you turned. Charlie's Beats got the lull. King of Hearts. King of Hearts. Excellent. All right. So, funny that you mentioned that. It is the King of Hearts. Because there's going to be one card that is facing in the opposite direction in this deck. So here, let me go ahead and just fairly take the cards out. Okay. And I'm just gonna spread. And as you could see, all of the cards are facing in the same direction, except for this one. I know, isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? Now, what are the odds that this is the King of Hearts? I mean, a lot of you who know math, it's like 2%, right? So, but what if I told you that I know that this is definitely the King of Hearts? Because Aries told me. Aries told me that the invisible deck, the Trek Nerd says 100%. By the way, welcome in the Trek Nerd. How's it going? Tangy Cat says 100%. All right, there we go. 100% King of Hearts. And that, my friends, is the invisible deck. Thank you very much, Aries, for participating and for requesting the trick. Some people have seen the stream before. They know what's going on. 100%. All right, excellent. Thank you kindly for the claps, Aries. And yeah, if anybody it was concerned, Aries and I did not set anything up. So the invisible deck is normally done, as we say, just with anybody. They could choose any card. That's the invisible deck. Thank you kindly for the claps, Aries, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to need to find some cards to set up for reset as requested by Tammy Makes Things. Tangy Cat says, I'm always so bamboozled that I forgot to clap. Oh, Tangy Cat, thank you kindly for the claps. No worries. If you are like, honestly, if like chatting with some other thoughts is like hugely engaging for me, so that's awesome. I also like to see claps, so that's cool too. But I mean, if you're chatting, I mean, I basically get it. Well, Rusty Panda, hey, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you kindly for the claps. But yeah. So just so everybody knows, I was feeling a little sick, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm streaming today because I know I'm out. So FYI, I'm not streaming next Sunday, next week. So. I'm going to be getting back from a Magic convention. So the Magic convention that I've been talking about for a few streams is finally happening this week. So I only have a 2-day work week. So Monday, Tuesday. And then I'm going to drive to the convention location on Wednesday. And then Thursday is going to be the first day of the convention. Now, I had planned a day ahead because I didn't want to rush and I didn't want to miss anything on Thursday. I didn't know it was going to start late on Thursday, but just in case there was snow, because, you know, I live in the Northeast. And just so happens, it's gonna snow on Wednesday. So there we go. So I think everything is where, yeah. Chris M.Ye's Magic Convention. Yes, welcome in, Chris M.Ye. How's it going? Yeah, Mike 2600. Finally, yeah. So Mike and I have been in a. So we started using Signal because if anybody didn't know, Signal is a messaging app like every other messaging app, but it's end-to-end encrypted. I did look into it, so Signal's pretty cool. But we're using that to communicate about the convention. So I'm gonna meet up with Mike 2600 there, and hopefully we're gonna have some fun. So OMG, there's a Magic convention. Tangy Cat, yes, there are Magic conventions. A lot of them are not quite open to the public, or at least not. They probably are open to the public, but most of the public don't know about them. And this one, I think, is known in the Magic world, but the tickets are limited, so they sell out every year, from what I'm told. Um, Ooh, I want to go to a Magic convention. So yeah, I think a lot of the biggest Magic conventions in North America are all in Vegas. This one is in Ohio. Yeah, you live in snow country. Yep, live in snow country. But you can make the snow disappear. I only do card magic, so I can't make snow disappear unless snow is cards, which it's not. Um, let's see. Good planning then. Yeah, so I can take my time on Wednesday to drive slow. So even if it takes me, more than the allotted time, like even if it takes 10 hours instead of the, I think, 6 hours that it would normally take, it's fine. So. Oh yeah. Oh, if we can get a shout out for Chris M.Ye. If anybody wants to follow Chris M.Ye, variety streamer, plays video games, also has the Clip M.Ye show once every couple weeks. So thank you kindly. And then yeah, funny story about that song, Charlie's Beat. So if anybody didn't know, Rob Kovacs co-opted the "You Can Do Magic" by America, and then made the Crazy Asian theme song. And so there's a lot of variants of it. I've been trying to collect them. I think one day I want to like string them all together to just make a gigantic thing. But it's hilarious because this other streamer that I mod for, Hutch, he didn't know that it didn't come from Rob Kovacs initially. I mean, Rob Kovacs ad libs the lyrics all the time for me anyway, and it's amazing. But um, I was like, it's not original of his. So, and he didn't realize that, and I thought it was hilarious. Sorry, Hutch, if you're here. Okay, all right. So we have a request from Tammy Makes Things. Oh, and one other thing about the "You Can Do Magic," the Crazy Asian theme song. I've had that song now stuck in my head for a month, and now my favorite remix of it is, or cover of it is of some woman singing it faster than the original version, because the original version is really slow tempo wise, and so anyway, um, yeah, I think her first name's Emma. I don't know her last name, but anyway, if anybody cares, you can just search like "You Can Do Magic" on YouTube, and then search through like cover, and then find a girl named Emma. I think she's a famous singer. So, all right. First things first. Normally, I would do this with aces, but today and jacks. But today, I'm gonna use queens and twos. As I've said in the past, if I use the same cards over and over again, those wear way more. And I'm using the Twitch deck, so it's anyway. So first, we have our 4 twos over here. And then we've got our queens. I do want to introduce the queens to you guys, though. You may not know that kids who are born now are less likely to see playing cards, and they may not know what all the suits are. Especially this one. This one is the Queen of Clubs, and then this one is the Queen of Hearts. I think this is the one that everybody would know. This one is the Queen of Spades, and then this one is the Queen of Diamonds. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the queens over here, and I'm going to show you that we've got all the twos over here. Okay. Now, the thing with this trick is that, you know what? Let me do this the nerdy geeky way, especially because Tammy Makes Things requested this. Hopefully you've used video game emulators before, and you're familiar with what a save state and a load state are, because that will hopefully make this way more interesting. So I just want you guys to remember this state right now, how The 2s are over here, and the queens are over here. I'm going to hit the save state button. Boop. So the state has been saved. So the 2s are over here, and the queens are over here, right? But now you go ahead and try and do things as playing the game or making changes to the document or really doing whatever you need to do to change the data that's in here, right? And if you just wave it over the other pile, nothing happens. But it's not until hey, we got a beep boop from Charlie's Beats. That makes sense. If I just go ahead and I touch it to the other pile, that's all that's needed to change this into a queen. I know, super strange. But look, if I have a couple of aces, as I said, normally do this with aces. Also, I need to change up the cards just so that I'm aware of like what the cards are. So once again, if I just wave it over, it doesn't really do anything. So I can wave it furiously if I want, but actually, until I touch it, something has changed. Yeah, bizarre. But some people think I can only change one card at a time, but actually, you could change more than one. This is like akin to changing multiple bits in data at a time. So now they're all queens. So sometimes you don't really like the situation that you're in because now you've got all 4 queens over here and you've got all 4 2s over here. But look, I'm just going to go ahead and load the state. Beep. So now we've loaded the state when we saved. So we had saved when all of the 2s were over here and all of the queens were over here, right? So now if I go ahead and I show you, look, we've got all of the 2s over here and we have all of the queens over here. I know. Strange. And that, my friends, is reset, stylized with video game save states. All right, let's see. Tangy Cat says, "What?" Hopefully, I got the correct amount of surprise in there, Tangy Cat. Tammy Makes Things. Thank you kindly for the clap, and thank you kindly for the request. Tammy Makes Things. Hopefully, you enjoyed that. Tangy Cat says, "Heck." Chris M. Yee, thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, Tangy Cat, thank you kindly. Very nice, Tammy says. Obi-Wan, welcome in. Happy New Year of the Rabbit. Yes, happy Lunar New Year, Year of the Rabbit. We can get a shout out for Obi-Wan. Plays guitar, also sometimes does coding. So, also I've seen him in a bunch of chats lately. So, very friendly. Also is a mod in a couple of streams. And tries to help being a mod, so thank you for that also, Obi-Wan. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so, interesting, funny story about rabbits. First of all, I don't really know how to speak any French. However, I took French for many years in middle school and high school. So theoretically, I should be able to, hear some French words and be like, oh, I kind of understand what that means. But for all intents and purposes, I don't speak any French. However, I once heard this story from one of my French teachers. And she was talking about a story that she had heard from one of the families that she knows. Yeah, rabbit is lapin. Right, exactly. Correct. Yep. Now, we were talking about the accuracy of pronouncing words. And this family that she knew, I believe, in France, was being told a story that when we in the United States buy bread. Now, if you're not aware, the French culture of bread, it's always like the baguette loaf or like, fully baked loaves, and you buy the entire loaf like that, and it's usually like a hard crust, and then you cut it up at home. But he was describing that here in the United States, you can get a loaf of bread already pre-sliced in a bag. And as he was telling the story to the family had horrified looks on their faces. And if you did not know, the word for bread is pain, but you usually, because it's masculine, you call it le pain. But he had mispronounced it just a little bit, and he said it sounded like lapin. And so, as you can imagine, the horrified looks on this French family, they were imagining that, oh yeah, he purchased rabbit all pre-sliced in a bag at the grocery store. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, that's my apologies, Year of the Rabbit. I just wanted to share that. And in the meantime, let me find all of the aces for Jazz Aces. And then this was a request for Tangy Cat. Tangy Cat, thank you kindly for the request. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's use the kings this time. Oh, I just realized I can help. Sorry, I don't need to help. I can do the setup for this on camera. There's nothing super sneaky or anything that's happening. I do feel a cough coming. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have our 4 kings, 4 aces over here. Let's see. Obi-Wan, I got it. Oh, Tangy Cat says, I mean, rabbit is a staple in many places. Yeah, rabbits are eaten. So I'm culturally American. I recently had that come up in a topic of conversation in another Twitch chat. But I'm culturally American, so I don't really know anything. But my dad, so I'm Vietnamese. My dad grew up in Vietnam, and he would tell me how he and his friends would, hunt like rabbit, rats, and mice out in the field, and then they would roast them and eat them. So, I guess pre-technology. This is what people did for fun. Okay. So, first things first, we got the 4 kings, 4 aces, and I'm going to go ahead and place the 4 aces out here. And we've got the 4 kings over here. Hold on. I do need the... I'm going to reset. Hold on. Haha! Now I can do secret things! No, I'm just going to separate everything back again, and we're just going to start over. Okay, because I only needed to place... I'm an idiot. Okay. Take 2. Oh, we have a command for that. Hold on. I have a lot of aliases for it too. I just don't remember. Mulligan is what it's called, but FTT is shorter from the top. Okay, so we have the 4 aces, we have the 4 kings. Now, what I need to do here is we're going to go ahead and place these 3, and then I'm going to need to place the ace of spades out like this. Actually, this is going to be face up, right? Yeah, it's going to be face up. That's fine. Okay, so the important thing was there's not 4. Full disclosure, I was about to do a different trick last time. So, okay, so we have the ace of spades, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place one of the kings over here, and so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this ace, place this here, and all I'm going to do, snap. And believe it or not, these are all kings again. And the ace has jumped from here to there. I know, interesting. So here, king, place it there. And we're going to go ahead and once again place this right there. Grab it, place it. All kings. Ace will hop down here. And we have one more take this king, take this last ace, stick it in there. And let me just show you that none of these... Whoa, Chan the Magic Man! Welcome in! Thank you kindly for the raid! How's it going? We can get a shout out for Chan the Magic Man. By the way, I had meant to change this song, but it's still this song, so this is what we have for the time being. Chan, how was your stream? How's it going? What were you doing? Looks like you were... But anyway, yeah, this is like... Every raid from now on is going to be pretty hype until I change this, right? Is that too loud? Because to me it's kind of loud. I don't know if it's too loud for you guys. It also kind of startled me, not gonna lie. But yes, it is Megalovania. It's pretty loud. Oh, okay, thank you for the... let me see if I can... Okay, is that better? Is this like unacceptable? Is that too low now? I don't even know. It's... Yes. Okay. Thank you for the emotes, everybody. So yeah, Chan is another magician on Twitch. Also, he does magic on Mondays, so feel free to give Chan a follow. And thank you kindly for the raid, Chan. Chan, if you would like to request a trick, feel free. Currently, the trick is going to be empty after I finish this trick, which, by the way, the 4 kings are here, and I know that there was emote spam and anything could have happened, but I didn't do anything. But the ace is down here, so there we go. That is Jazz Aces with a Megalovania conclusion. Thank you kindly for the raid, Chan, and thank you kindly for requesting Tangy Cat. Oh, just chatting while gaming. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah. Also, if you like retro games, Chan plays a bunch of old school retro games. So if you enjoy that, definitely give him a follow. Okay, all right. So if anybody cared to know, it didn't stop playing. I think it might still be playing. Yep, yeah, I just muted it. I just had to do a double check right there. Let's see. Okay, I kind of followed that. All right. Yeah, the thing is, Teggy Cat, once you watch enough sleight of hand card magic and you understand what sleights exist and how you can do things, you could totally reverse engineer a lot of things, because that's like my entire first year of learning magic was me just learning stuff from free YouTube videos and then reverse engineering all the tricks and stuff. So yeah, a bunch of the tricks on my list are mostly reverse engineered, if it came from another source. But I did end up buying some of the books that some of them came from, mostly to support the magician, because a lot of the times they're still alive, and I'm like, oh, man, I love like these 6 tricks from you. I should at least buy your book. So, like, this is a brain hack that people are susceptible to. Yeah, surprisingly, there are a lot of things that you can do, and there's an entire branch of magic called mentalism that basically tries to take advantage of those, what you're talking as brain hacks. So yeah. Chan has requested matching the cards. Excellent. Let's go ahead and prep for that there. But let's see here. The cool thing for me is if tricks have a good enough story or plot, it doesn't matter if I know how they're done. Yeah. So I actually have come around to enjoying the performance, because, I mean, the thing is, even if I know how the secret's done, if it's a great presentation or performance, like, I love it. Like, here's the thing. People who play musical instruments, like, if you play piano, and you see somebody else play a piece, I mean, you know how they're making that music. I mean, I think conceptually everybody else knows how they're pressing these keys in this sequence for this duration, to make this sound, right? But at the end, you could still really appreciate and love that performance that that musician does afterwards. It's so great. So like 673 King Street, for example, I've seen it done dozens of times. I know how it works. It still enthralls me every time. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Jack does that one, right? So yeah, every time Jack does it, it's like really gets in the story, and he really tells that. So yeah, like how hard they're working to make that music, and you appreciate more for the knowledge. Yeah, exactly. I myself now, when I watch magic tricks, the thing is, it's like even though I know how tricks are done, I still watch it because I am enjoying like watching their technique. Or a lot of the times, what it might boil down to, it's like I'm watching this trick that I've seen 50 bajillion other magicians do. How do they do this one part in the trick? And I'm like, oh, they do it this one way. That's brilliant. And it's like I can appreciate that. Whereas it's like it's a small detail where people who are not magicians would never notice the difference between these performances or whatever. But like it's just, oh, they handled this one situation like this or like that or something. And it's just crazy to me how deep I can get into the world of magic, and I didn't realize how quickly I would fall into it. So okay, let's see here. So I just realized I have to remember how this is set up, and this is always a problem for me. Luckily, I have a spreadsheet in which I have kept all of my notes, so I can just set up via spreadsheet. Okay. Also, I may need another cough drop. So I'm okay. If you haven't taken a hydrate, go ahead and hydrate. Still important. Number 2 for tonight. Let's see. Obi-Wan says, I know like when someone can play a song and there were hours of practice behind it. Oh, yes, for sure. I think you can tell, like, if you've done any sort of thing before, you can tell if somebody has practiced something or not, especially if it's like an art or a craft that requires, like, to polish a performance. Let's see. Tammy says, I'm reading the book Scripting Magic right now for my Magician's Book Club. Oh, scripting, and it's all about story and narrative. Yes, I've heard of this book. I don't have it, but the thing is, I have taken scripting. I've not taken, but I've taken rewriting trick narratives a lot. Like, for example, I don't think anybody else in the world does reset with load and save states. I'm pretty sure I came up with that. But obviously, it's not my trick, but reskinning it that way. There's surprisingly a lot of nerdy geeky people are into magic, but they don't theme it for nerdy geeky people, and like they try and theme it for the masses, which surprisingly is not as many nerdy geeky people as I would think or would hope. But that's kind of what I did with like the card game and board game components before my 100 tricks in 100 days project. So anyway, so this trick is called Matching the Cards and requested by Chan. Thank you kindly for the raid. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop somewhere, and this is going to be a prediction card. So this is the card that I would like to predict with. So I'm going to go ahead and predict with it right there. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to try and find 3 other cards and place them all out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and spread through the cards until I feel the card is correct. I'm feeling this card right here. So let me go ahead and just show you. That's an ace. So if that's an ace, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that right there. Now, in order for this to be correct then, because that was an ace of hearts, so this would then need to be either an ace or a heart to match. So let me go ahead and got to remember what to do here. I'm just going to go ahead and find another ace. This one's our ace of clubs, Gibson lens. And then let's do some cuts here. And let me go ahead and I find our ace of diamonds. So actually, if I have here the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, and the ace of diamonds, the only thing that would make this correct is if this was the... Could you guys tell me in chat what you guys think this card is? In order for the prediction to be correct. Let's see. Tammy says, it was expensive book, but totally worth it. Oh, yeah, for sure. So, funny thing, I'm going to be going to a magic convention this week, so we'll see what books come up, but if there's any good deals on any of the big books. But if you say it's good, I may consider it. Obi-Wan says, the percentage of computer programmers is very high among crazy Asian viewers. Yeah, probably true. To be fair, I did kind of try and involve myself in a bunch of communities for people who I found out were software developers. Because I'm like, oh, cool. If there's nothing else, we can at least talk about that. But we ended up talking about all the nerdy geeky stuff anyway. Let's see. I'm a computer programmer and engineering manager in my day job. Just for one data point. Yes, I am a software engineer for my data point. So, okay. So, I believe I did not hear anybody say anything, but a little voice in my head for you guys whispered, 8 of spades. And I kind of mixed it up because I think it said 8 of spades, which it is. And so unfortunately, I may have messed up. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Man, I should have practiced this trick. I was a little hesitant during the trick there. No, it's okay. I'm a magician. It's fine. Here. So in order for my prediction to be correct, all of the cards would have to be 8s, right? Here we go. And that, my friends, is matching the cards. Speaking of scripting magic and doing things, so I actually used this trick as a base to come up with a custom presentation for another streamer. If you guys follow or have hung out in Rob Kovac's stream, he's a piano streamer, plays brilliantly, a lot of VGM, a lot of really fun hype trains. But I themed a trick based on this one for him and his community. So, yeah. Yeah, 88 bits. Yeah, if we can get a shout out for Rob Kovacs. Just if anybody wants to follow. In his Discord, I posted the trick. It's a private trick. It's not like private on YouTube because it's unlisted on YouTube. But if anybody wants to first understand the community, because then you won't really understand the trick, because I present it in a way where it's like you hear sound alerts that are from his community channel throughout the trick. So, yeah. But, yeah, I really enjoy that one. So anyway, thank you kindly for the raid and for requesting that Chan. And let's see. I found Chan through Tetris. Oh, hey, welcome in Mansion 8. How's it going? Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps, Tangy Cat, and thank you for the that was crazy. Yes, 88 bits. That's right. So, Alchemutation, welcome in. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in. How do you do? Mansion's doing well. Great. Let's see. For anybody who has not been in here before, hi, my name's Nam, also known as Crazy Asian with 3 N's. On Twitch, I like to perform sleight of hand card magic, and I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist to let people request tricks. So I have like 60 tricks. Oh, hey, thank you kindly for the follow, 8Mansion8. I'm just going to call you Mansion from now on. Hopefully that's okay. But yeah, so feel free to, if you know what some tricks are, feel free to request them. If not, you can type !random to put one into the queue. Looks like currently the queue is empty. We did have some technical issues with the queue earlier. Hopefully everything's working smoothly now, but yeah. Oh, if we can get a shout out for Alchemmutation as well. Alchemmutation, everybody, is also known as Craig, but he plays guitar and usually metal. Also, is just an all-around great guy. So, he is also a mod for a couple of the other Twitch, actually all of the other Twitch magicians. So, thank you kindly for just being a fan of magic, Craig. We appreciate you. Pretty awesome. All right. Cool. All right. So, Rusty Panda says, "Yay, go mod team!" Woo! And actually, while we're here, let me also give a shout out to my mod, Gibson Lens. Gibson Lens is a piano streamer. Plays a lot of VGM, esoteric music, popular music, but also has a lot of his own originals. So he's like, as far as I can tell, one of the people that has the most originals available in Gibson Lens's song list. So one of his most popular ones is called Expanse, and we now know at least 28 other Twitch music streamers who have played Expanse on their music stream. So definitely give Gibson Lens a follow. Oh, right, and I totally came up with that. So, yeah. How can I not use it? I gotta use it. All right. So, okay. Queue is empty, everybody, so feel free to request something. Otherwise, I'm just gonna babble about. Oh, hold on. I did see a redeem for a dad joke that I don't think I did, right? Yes. Okay. So let me do that dad joke now, and let's do that. I need to get. Hey, welcome in, Rob Kovacs. How's it going? Just in time for a dad joke. Okay, so here you go. If you burn your mouth with coffee, that's amateur pain. But if you burn your hand on the grill, that's propane. I'll give this to you guys. Oh, I turned off sound alerts. I'm so sorry. That would be way more fun. There we go. Wow. I trolled myself, guys. I trolled myself. Oh, Rob was something. Oh, thanks for the shout out a few minutes. Oh, yeah. I was just doing the trick that was based. The trick that I did for you, Rob, and we had you shout it out. So if anybody wanted to understand, evidently I got unfollowed from you. You're refollowed. Oh. As I hear from, so everybody in chat, everybody's cool. All the streamers that are there, everybody follow everybody. Everybody's cool. So we did get a request from Tangy Cat for Traveling Man. Let me get ready for that one. P.S. Never change your Twitch name. Yeah. Also, I've heard of people who have remembered following people, but then they found later that they were unfollowed. And actually, since they did this in-chat follow, some people discovered, I thought I was following you, but apparently I wasn't. So follow. Accounts of that have happened, from what I can tell. So, be aware, I guess. It is unfortunate that, Twitch has this kind of reputation in which they can send like real-time video and stream it and have it be accurate and have 50 bajillion people talking, yet they can't manage to have follows be accurate. They can't have whispers be consistent. Like, oh man, it's a little crazy. Craig became Crag when Alchemutation became Alchemuation. Yeah. I just realized this is tough, so let's just hope that. Okay, Tangy Cat, are you still there? Number one, and then number two, are you ready to select a suit? Okay, excellent. So. Okay, clubs. Okay, cool, awesome. All right. So I have uh, 4 cards from a red deck, 4 cards from a black deck, and they all happen to be in the same order on both sides. Okay. So I just want to show you that clubs, diamonds, spades, and then hearts. And then you had chose clubs. Okay, great, excellent. This is going to be great. So you've chosen clubs, so let's go ahead and choose clubs. There was one suit that I was afraid of that you would choose, and I'll point that out at the end of the trick. But okay, so you've chosen clubs. Clubs was okay, so that was good. Thank you kindly. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to make the clubs. This is called the traveling man because they're going to travel from each of their respective piles to the other pile. So you just named clubs. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the king of clubs from each of the piles. So as you remember, these were all the red backed cards. But now look, if I go ahead and I go through, this is now a blue backed card. I know, isn't that strange? That's super strange, right? So this blue backed card here, right, is let me just remember. I think I've messed this up. But there is a blue backed card here. I think I know I did wrong. My mistake, sorry. Once again, a little rusty. We're going to start over. Man, I am not doing so hot tonight, huh? Okay. That's A-okay. So here, what we are going to do is start over. That's all. That's all. Nothing crazy. I mean, look, none of you guys really paid for this, right? You guys getting a magic show for free. Actually, to be fair, somebody did give me bits earlier. So the only person who can complain is the person who gave me bits earlier. Or anybody who has subbed to me. You can also complain. That's actually legit. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. We have kings. Okay, flip them over. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you that they are in the same order. King, diamonds, spades, and hearts. Now the thing is, when I mess up a trick, you guys can see, potentially, sorry, couldn't mute for that cough. If I've messed up a trick, or when I do something again, if I adjust something, you're going to be like, oh, that's where he messed up. Oh, man. Hopefully you guys are not closely paying attention that much. But okay, what I want to do, I'm going to call this out. I'm going to be placing the king of clubs, as we had said, in the third position of each pile. Like so. Okay. And then what we're going to do is push them in and flip them over. Okay, red pile, blue pile. Now let's go ahead and if I go ahead and I snap, that will make that king travel from each of the piles to the other pile. And as you'll see, the third card down happens to be our blue back card. And if I show you, that's our king of club. I know, super strange. Now that's where I stopped before, right? Did you guys spot the difference? Do you guys remember playing those games when you were young? Because I was horribly bad at them for a very long time. And then for 2 years, I was amazing at them. And then after those 2 years, I was once again horrible at them. But anyway, now we can proceed. So this is new territory for you guys. But see now, over here, you'll see that there is one red-backed card. Alchemy Mutation says, I've noticed nothing. Well, thank you kindly. Greatly appreciate it. And if we flip this over, I show you, it is the king of club. The club has actually moved back over. Now, this is called the Traveling Man, and just having them travel once may not be that impressive. So let's go ahead and restore each of the piles. So now we have the red-backed pile over here again. Then we have the blue-backed pile over here again. But all I have to do is, watch. Snap. I did the magical move. The magical move has occurred. Would you believe that the magical move has just occurred? Because if you were here, you could spread the cards yourself. But since you're not, I'm going to do this as slowly and fairly as I can. Slow. Then fair. Alchemy Mutation says, I believe in nothing. And we had said that the King of Clubs was the traveling one, right? Because, there we go. Ta-da! Okay. So the one thing, yeah, Alchemy Mutation says, what? And then Chan says, what? Tanny Cat says, God is dead, reality is unmoored. So the one suit I did not want you to select was actually Hearts, because this is from the Twitch deck, and it happens to be signed. And this is way less impressive if there's a card that you can immediately tell which is the correct one, which is not. So, shh. But anyway, yeah, for backup times, I end up, I have look, I have so many decks over here. I'm going to try not to dox myself again this time. Hey! Oh my god, unfocused NIA! Hello, welcome! I'm gonna hold this box up just for fun while blocking my... So originally I used to use these boxes out at the card shop. So I put my name and address on here. But anyway, yeah, all those decks I have available to me. Alright, first of all, unfocused IA, welcome in. Happy Lunar New Year. Oh, I'm the best? Thank you. Oh, that means so much. But I mean, I'm totally not the best, but hopefully I'm charming enough that it is fun. But everybody, unfocused in IA, if you guys did not know, Nalani, she was the first person to ever raid me. So that's a first. That's a trophy that will never be taken away from unfocused in IA. And then, oh, Unfocused has got to, yeah, and if you can get a shout out for Unfocused Night, please give Unfocused and IA a follow. Nalani is a wonderful variety streamer, plays video games, plays music, does art, stream raiders, all the things. So please give Nalani a follow. Please follow Unfocused in IA. So, all right. Oh, I just want to stop in, and I've got to go to bed. Unfocused Night. Thank you kindly for stopping in. You have a glorious evening. Rest up. Someone who doesn't sleep that much, me, totally understands getting good sleep. That goes for everybody here. So, oh my God, Unfocused in IA, what are you doing? Thank you kindly for the gift sub. To Mike 2600. Mike 2600. I don't know if you know Mike 2600. You're now obligated to go to Unfocused and IA's stream. So, good night. Yes, may everyone get rich this year. Yeah. Asians greatly believe in New Year's being a time to share sentiments of wealth, and it might be tough with the American economy outlook of a recession, but if anybody didn't know, there is this cultural thing with red envelopes, and I'm not Chinese, but basically what everybody referred to as Chinese New Year was Lunar New Year. Basically, it's celebrated by like all of the Southeast Asian countries, and so I'm Vietnamese. So I also saw red envelopes when I was young for many years, and then the year in which I stopped seeing them, I became a sad boy because that meant A, I was too old, and B, everybody's like, you should start making your own money. I still wish you great wealth, but you're not getting anything from me. So, and also, Chan says Vietnam. Yes, that's not the first time I've heard somebody say Vietnam, but full disclosure, there are sadistic Vietnamese parents out there who will name their kids. They have two kids, Viet and Nam. I am one of the fortunate few in which my name is Nam, and I do have a brother, and his name, if you can guess, is Richard. Yeah, true story. Not Viet. Sorry. Yes, I legitimately have a brother named Richard. Tangy Cat says, "Wow." Yeah, I know, right? Alchemmutation says, "Well, now I want red envelopes." Yes. So for years you would just get money, like it was actually cash. No. Did you just tell a dick joke, Tangy Cat? You've earned this. You're welcome. You typed that faster than I did. Wow. Wow, you guys. This is hilarious today. All right. Trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Also, general reminder, let's get a stretch in. So, since it was just today, there's a chance that maybe you didn't stretch today. This will be your first stretch of the year. This will be maybe my second stretch of the year. But okay, so for anybody who just hopped in, reminder, next week I will not be streaming, probably. There is a chance that I may try and stream from my phone from the convention. So I'll be there from like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we'll see. But Alchemmutation says, "This is my 87th stretch today. I am old." Yes, and your birthday just passed not too long ago. So yeah, this is the 87th inning stretch, right? For you. Okay. Also, let me also refresh myself on what my last boss tricks are, because I did not remember to look at what they were. Oh, okay. I only have one boss trick from last time. Play it straight triumph. Ah, as requested by Tangy Cat. Okay, so normally, you know what? Why should I let that deviate? I'm gonna see if I can come up with some fun way to present this. Please continue to chat, and I'll respond while I figure out if there's a fun way to do this. Tammy says, "I'm way older than the average Twitch user, I think." Yeah, I think the average Twitch user is like super young, like in their teens or early 20s probably. I am also much older than the average Twitch user. Um, if we're under the assumption that that is the average Twitch user. Okay. Okay, alright. I think we could do this. Okay, Tangy Cat, you're still there? Tangy Cat, are you on desktop in which you can click the screen, or are you on mobile? Tammy makes things. I'm probably old enough to be the average Twitch user's mom. Tangy Cat says, thankfully my kid is too young to be on Twitch. Oh yeah, my kid is too young to be on Twitch too. If my 18-month-old was on Twitch, I would be like, how the hell did you get there? I monitor this network. What device did you use? How did you learn to spell? Okay, yes sir, laptop. Excellent, great. Okay, this this will be perfect. Okay, I'm gonna try and make it through this one trick. They'd be violating TOS. Oh yeah, because you have to be like at least 13 or something, right? Okay. So, okay, what we have here is a deck. It's not a normal deck of cards. It is actually a deck that has letters on it. There's a yes and a no for jokers, but basically all the letters of the English alphabet are represented. And what we would like to do is do something interesting. We will need a card selected. There are some duplicates, but hopefully this will be okay. So let me just go ahead and let's just... Alright, to make this fair, let's give... Alright, Tangy Cat, once I spread these out... Okay, maybe from one of these 12 cards here, you can click directly on the screen, and we should see a thing show up using the heat map. So if you click directly on the Twitch screen, see, so Gibson Land says, according to Google, 18 to 24-year-olds is the largest group at 35.85. Okay, average of averages, don't ask on Google, adds to 26-year-olds for Twitch. Huh. Okay, it's not bad. I mean, my birthday's coming up next month, so I'm gonna be a little bit older. Fourth from the... Okay, so fourth from my right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You were not able to click directly on the screen? Oh, you're clicking with no heat. Okay, hold on. We had run into this problem last time too. Hold on. Okay, can I just get any... Okay, somebody had clicked. All right, was this you, Tangy Cat? Yeah, so for some reason, once again, technical difficulties. Sorry, not my fault. I just had to refresh the heat map and it worked. Okay. Okay, here we are. So we have this card. That will be our selection. Okay, great. Now, for the rest of these cards, what we're going to do is I'm going to cut the deck into about 4. They don't have to be perfectly equal, but roughly equal piles. So they're roughly. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab this heat map. Wait. And eat it. And I'm going to look away, and you guys look at this. This should be a letter. And hopefully you have that letter. I don't know if it's upside down or right side up. I'll just turn it a couple times. Okay, I'm going to turn it face down again. Now I'm going to look back. Okay. All right. Alchemmutation says he feels 76. So now we're going to do something interesting. I'm going to flip these 2 piles face up, and then I'm also going to tell a funny story about... So I have had this joke told on me back when I was younger, and it was not as inappropriate to tell racially based jokes. But to be fair, I didn't think it was offensive, and since I'm Asian, I don't think it'll be. But some people have told me that I'm going to basically look the same for like 60 years, maybe 70 years, and then all of a sudden, overnight, when I turn from 79 to 80, I will just instantly... So I'm going to go from looking like this at 79, overnight, to instantly have the long white beard and the super long flowing white gray hair, and all the wrinkles will just manifest instantly, just like overnight. So, okay, all right. So now what? Gibson Lens. That's what I've been told too. Yes, Gibson Lens is also Asian. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle face up into face down cards. I know it's hurting me too, and for anybody who's super organized or hates chaos or disorganized, Shield your eyes. We're gonna shuffle a couple of piles face up into face down. Again! And again! Okay, alright. Man, we got a lot of Asians in here. Okay, and now we're gonna find your... Oh. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you guys something. One of the common plots in Magic is the magician messing up. And sometimes that works to your favor, and sometimes it doesn't. So, and anybody who's seen this trick before knows this is just an act. Okay, so, alright, at this point, I don't need to find your card because it's right here. We've never mixed it in with the rest of the cards that are mixed face up into face down. But if I show you, we've got like we've got a face up, face down card there. We've got one here, but I can get you. Oh, you know what? I did mess this up. I don't normally present it this way because you guys know what letter it is. Hold on, hold on. But I need to know what letter it is. I'm gonna guess what letter it is. And I'm going to guess what letter it is by having the deck tell me. Because if I spread, I've got some cards here. And these are going to hopefully tell me what your letter is. And if I go ahead and I spread a little bit more, all of the cards that are face up seem to be spelling poorly something. And your letter, I bet you, is the letter P. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Happy New Year. Okay, let's see. Tammy says, some days 13, some days 83. It all depends on the day. Oh man, that's such a drastic... Yeah, some days I feel very invigorated. That's what I've been told. Perfect, go with that. Me three. Okay, I'm definitely going to go with it. Not that I really have a choice. Oh, Rob gives me the Heat Man. Yes. OMFG. Rob says, P! I think I need to pronounce it as though it is being said by a boxing ref. P! Right. I almost wanted to read that pie. But Tangy Cat says OMFG. Chan says OMFG. So OMG with the emotes. Rusty Panda says party! Yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chan, and the applause. Thank you kindly for the claps. Tangy Cat. Gibson Lens. Rob Kovacs. I always wanted to say Rob Kovacs, even though I was like, let me say Rob right there. I almost has like I should just say Rob Kovacs because it's like that's how I know you. In my head, I don't call you Rob really most of the time. I'm just like, oh, Rob Kovacs. That's how I call you in my mind. Tammy makes things. Thank you again for the claps. Enjoy the lurk, Rob. C Eugene, welcome in, and thank you for the request. Let's see. Tammy makes things says, okay, need to get to bed. Good night. See you all next time. Tammy, you have a glorious evening. Thanks for hopping in. You have a good night. Yeah, Rob, you feed yourself for sure. All right. So that my friends was Play It Straight Triumph. Oh man, if I had thought about this ahead of time, I would have liked to modify a trick for Color Monty, but let's see what I can do with it at the moment. Can I do something creative this right now. Ugh. You know, the one thing is when you have 50 bajillion decks of cards, and there are not enough for various tricks, and you cannot find them. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm trying to improv something on the fly. Hopefully this is going to be okay. But for Color Monty, I think this will work. Okay. You know, I just realized this is not going to work. Alright, maybe I should just do it the classic way, because I'm spending way too much time trying to finagle something, and I'm sure I will mess it up later. So, actually, do I have the awesome version of this? Sorry, guys. When you own 50 bajillion cards, it is hard to find and look. And, alright, we'll just do it this way. Alright, didn't have time to get creative, but we will just use the actual cards. Okay. All right. Want to show my friend how you do your literal magic? Oh, okay, great, excellent. All right, so we have 3-card Monty, Color Monty. So this is a 3-card Monty that is done in the hands, and we have 3 cards here. These are not normal cards. These cards are actually, if I show you, we have a blue diamond, a second blue diamond, and then we have a red diamond. So the name of the game is Follow the Red Diamond. Now, the thing is, if I go ahead and I take the red diamond and place it at the bottom, and I ask you, hey, where do you think the red diamond is? And let's say we bet $1 each time you guess anything. So it's like, hey, where's the red diamond? I think you would say it's probably on the bottom. If I show you, that's actually the blue diamond. Now, that's one of the blue diamonds. Now, if I show you, you're like, no, it must have stayed on the top then. Well, if I show you the card that's on the top, it's also the blue diamond. Okay, well, if the bottom and the top are blue diamonds, the blue diamond must be in the middle. Well, no, that's also, sorry, the red diamond must be in the middle. No, that's also blue diamond. So at that point, that's 3 guesses. That's $3. And so, oh, you must be saying, you're cheating because I didn't see any red diamonds. No, you're incorrect because, look, there's a red diamond right here. You're like, wait, if there's a red diamond in the middle, or sorry, on the bottom, man, I'm confusing myself. If there's a red diamond on the bottom, then that means there must be a blue diamond on the top. No, there's actually a red diamond on the top. Wait, well, then therefore there must be a blue diamond in the middle. No, that's where the red diamond is. And I can tell how confusing it is. Now, some people would say, whoa, you're cheating. You're totally using more than 3 cards. Wait, at this point, I think you're like $6 down. And I'm like, no. 1, 2, 3. That's actually $7 now that you owe me because I'm only using 3 cards. At this point, a lot of people will probably be like, okay, I'm just going to pay up. I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to leave. I'm like, whoa. Hold on. Before you leave, and this is why you don't play Monty games with any strangers on the street, double or nothing. You get one more guess, and if you guess correctly, you owe me nothing. If you guess incorrectly, you owe me $14. And here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to show you, here's a blue diamond, here's a red diamond. What's on this card? If you can correctly tell me what's on this card, then you will walk away owing me nothing. Otherwise, it's $14. Okay, let's see. Tangy Cat says, "This is the middle." No, Okay. Tanky Cat says, Red Diamond? Question mark? Let's see. Hallowthorn says, hey, welcome in, Hallowthorn. How's it going, Ben? If we can get a shout out for Hallowthorn. Hallowthorn, one of the other magicians on Twitch. Singaporean magician. Also streams at different hours than the US magicians occasionally. But give Ben a follow. He is great. All right, so gonna be like the Ace of Spades or something like that. Ha ha ha! Tangy Cat, you are absolutely very close. But yeah, definitely something completely different because at this point, most likely they would never guess that you now owe me your money. So $14, please. Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna mute for a cough. I feel it coming. Okay, I'm back. All right, there we go. I'm okay. And that, my friends, is Color Monty. So, for anybody who's interested in the way that people purchase tricks that use cards that are not always regular playing cards, you can do this with a regular deck. But they sell these things in little packets, and they're called packet tricks because it's a little packet of cards, and then you'll usually get the performance instructions or something with it. And that's how you purchase some of these things. Chances I have those cards. Yeah, for sure. I bet you a lot of magicians will incidentally sometimes get these as part of like bigger card purchases or as a promotion or something. So, Tangy Cat says, poof, probably not enough ha-ha-has in there, but my friend think that these cards are changing by temperature and you change them by ice and fire magic. Well, thank you kindly for the compliments to your friend C. Eugene. I myself, I try not to lie on the channel, so pretty much everything that you see here is sleight of hand card magic. That's basically all it is. I don't do any black magic. I don't sign any deals with the devil. It's simply sleight of hand card magic. Hey, Nam, hope you had a great Chinese New Year. Yes, happy Lunar New Year. Yes, I did not do much to... I took some pictures of my baby holding some red envelopes, and we did have... I did spend the day with the family, so that was good. So, but for all intents and purposes, yeah, my baby is sick and I'm sick as well. But my baby went to daycare all last week. Oh, the trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request something, feel free. Otherwise, I may just babble. Who knows for how long. So I was trying to think of a way to do that trick and use like red backed card as the red envelope. So yeah, but I was like, man, these decks aren't uniform. These are not gonna work well for me at the moment. If like I had enough jokers that look the same on the front, which you would think is not difficult, but I have too many different decks in this box right now. So, but oh, for anybody who is just coming in or who doesn't know how, feel free to request a trick. There's how. You can take a look at my trick list, and if you've been to a music stream, you could use it like a StreamerSonglist, because it is StreamerSonglist just with tricks in it. Or you can type an exclamation point random to put a random trick into the queue, like Tangy Cat just did. Let's see. Hallthorn says, "Oh no, hope you recover soon. I'm kind of down with a bad sore throat too, and I have like a show in a couple of hours. Oh no, well good luck." Yeah, so we had discussed earlier, a bunch of us are software engineers or work in software here, so I get to work from home for the next 2 days, and then I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off because, Ben, I'm going to Magifest, so Vanishing Inks Magifest. So that is the magic convention that I'm going to. So I'll be in Columbus, Ohio for a few days. Alright, let's get ready for the vampire card trick. So this was one of the most popular card tricks since I started streaming, I think, because people request this this one, and I think the Devil's Elevator. So if I've learned nothing, things that deal with the supernatural are very popular card tricks. And you know what that calls for? A third. So this will be my third cough drop for the night. Here we go. Okay, thank you kindly for the request, Tangy Cat. Anyway, hopefully everybody is enjoying currently. And let's see, Halothorn says, "Oh, sweet, that's so cool. I want to know what's in the dealer booth." Yeah, I'll try and take notes. So I'm bringing my notebook. I don't know if they're going to allow photography. I can't imagine them not, because I've seen so many other people like make YouTube videos of maybe not of Magifest specifically, but I guess we'll see. But if not, I'll definitely take some notes, and I can fill you in after when I get out. Wonder if you can get stuff for me too. Oh yeah, Hellthorn, if you are looking for anything specific, just send me a Discord message, um, and I'll see if I can find it. Okay, cool. So this trick uses 4 cards. What we've got here is the Ace of Hearts. We have the 2 of Hearts and the 3 of Hearts. So we're going to use the Ace, 2, and the 3 to represent the victim, in which the vampire, the King of Spades, will be sucking the blood out of the victim. And what we have here is the vampire going out into the night and is going to suck the blood. You'll see what that entails in a second. Suck the blood of our first victim, being the ace. So look, here's the third victim. We see that there. Here's the second victim, and here's our vampire. But take a look. Our ace has had the blood completely drained out of it. I know. Both the front and the back. I know. So strange. So look, we have our 2 and our 3. But now our second victim is going to have the blood sucked out of it. I know. It happens quick. Haven't you guys ever seen like True Blood? I mean, those vampires move really fast. But look, we still have our 3. Here's our vampire, but here's our 2. And that 2 has had the blood completely sucked out of it. I know! Front and the back. So strange. Normally, with a real vampire, it's just 2 holes in the neck. This is like blood completely drained from your front and your back. I know, super strange. And once again, the third victim. And that's all it takes. That's how much time it takes. Because look, the 3 has completely had the blood sucked out of him. I know. Super weird, right? Now, we're living in a modern day society, and so this vampire knows it has to GTFO, because they're going to be like, hey, there's 3 bodies right here. What's going on? And so the vampire is going to know to get out of Dodge, because look, vampire disappears. And that, my friends, is my handling and performance of a trick called the Vampire Card Trick. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Tangy Cat says, "Whoa!" Chan says, "Oh, by the way, Chan, I don't know if you noticed. I think that little diamond next to your username is new this stream, because it was not there last time. So there you go, Chan. Thank you kindly for being part of the community and hanging out, and honestly, just being another great magician to talk to in chat. And actually, Ben, I should probably give you a diamond too. Hefe, thank you kindly for the claps. Welcome in." Tanky Cat says, "What?" I think that's enough A's for the what, right? Chan, thank you kindly for the claps. And Hallowthorn, what? Gibson Lance, thank you kindly for the claps. Thank you kindly for the claps. Tangy Cat. And yes. Yeah, no problem, Chan. Welcome. You're welcome. Okay. All right. We do have another request from Charlie's Beats. We can get ready for that one. Oh yeah, let me use the Twitch deck back again now. Okay. 4 burglars, as requested by Charlie's Beats, and I know that Charlie's Beats has signed a card, so let's go ahead and use the 5s as our robbers this time, because I'm pretty sure the 5 of Hearts was the one that Charlie has signed. Tangy Cat says, "Okay, gotta sleep. Thank you so much for the magic." Tangy Cat, you're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for being here. You have a glorious night. Rest up, and hope we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Okay, so first things first, we have our 4 5s. The 4 burglars are the 5s. Man, this is going to be a really fun tongue twister as I go through the trick. But look, we have the 5 of clubs, the 5 of diamonds, the 5 of spades, and of course our leader, 5 of hearts, Charlie's Beats. Now, Charlie's Beats, he's going to tell all of the other 5s where to go and how to rob the bank. And we're going to go ahead and place them. So this 5 is going to go ahead and rob the cash registers. This one is going to rob the sealed vault. And this one is going to rob all of the safety deposit boxes. And Charlie's Beats will be on the roof, being on the lookout. Alright, Charlie. When you're on top of the bank, on the roof, looking out, you happen to see the police. If I had cool lights or something, we can send the but you see the police, or no, even worse, FBI. No, even worse, CIA. No, I don't know. All of them, they're all coming to descend on you. But actually, that's all that it takes, Charlie. Hey, Charlie's got the emotes. Awesome. He's got raid alert. Perfect. So the police are here. So now you call all of your 5 brethren, so you're the 4 of you, to jump back up to the roof. And what we have here is that all of you made it back to the roof in time to catch your helicopter to escape. Well done, Charlie's Beats, successfully robbing the card bank. And that is The 4 Burglars, starring Charlie's Beats. Burglar extraordinaire. No, sorry. Musician on Twitch. Give Charlie's Beats a follow. Okay. Alright. Thank you kindly for the request, Charlie. Alright, next we have a request from Hallowthorn. Excellent. Thank you kindly for the request, Ben. And, Ben, have you learned this one? I know you have the book, and you may have even personally interacted with Harappan before as well. When I do this, let me theme it as though, yeah, we'll theme it a little bit differently. Actually, I should use the jacks for this. I'll tell you why in a second. Xavier777, thank you kindly for the resub. Welcome in. How's it going, Xavier? Hope you're having a good night. Hallowthorn says, I have. That's probably the first thing I learned from him when we met. Wow, okay, awesome. That's so cool that you've met him. Yeah, so everybody, we're talking about Harappan Ong. Has written a book. So first of all, Harappan is a Singaporean magician as well, and is also a teacher, but also does magic on the side, but is highly both prolific and famous as a magician, and has put out a book of a lot of magic tricks, and it was actually my second magic book purchase ever. And it's called Principia, and it's written like a textbook. So when you look at it, it looks like it's a textbook, but it's a nod to like Newton's Principia, because it's called Principia. So Yeah, so my handling is a little bit different than it is from the book. So hopefully it's okay. Hopefully you're fine with that. Okay. All right. First things first. Let me switch. You guys can't see anything unless we are looking at this. Okay. Okay. So what we have here are four jacks, and we just have some tens and nine that are black spots. So I just wanted to have these because today we're going to theme this as though you are an Asian child at an Asian house party for Lunar New Year. And we're just going to give you that experience of what that's like. These are you. You are a jack. So whether you are a child or one of the kids that's there, the the black spots are going to represent all of the adults at the party. So hopefully doing this won't mess me up. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, what I would like to do is, oh no, I need to place all of the jacks out. Okay, hold on, we'll start over. Blah blah blah. Same deal. Same deal. Okay. So okay, look, we need to place the jacks out like so. And then we've got the black spots over here, which I said are representing adults at this party. And what's going to happen is these four adults are going to descend on this first child asking, "Hey, are you hungry?" Because you can't go through an entire party. You can't even be there for like 5 minutes without somebody asking you, "Hey, are you hungry? You should eat something." Because that's part of the authentic experience. But if you're really smart, you are going to go ahead and, as they descend on you, escape. See, you make your way, you wiggle your way through, and whether you actually eat something just to fake it or you just find yourself just nibbling on a little bit of something so that somebody notices, then that's fine. That's great. Okay. Next, we're going to have all of the Asian adults descend upon you, and they're going to ask you, "Hey, can you go stand over here? We're going to take pictures now." So now everybody is like, "Okay, now you're going to pose. Now you're going to stand there. Okay, do this. Oh, now take this picture with somebody else." And after that, all of the pictures are over. You find a way to get back on top of the situation. And sometimes some people can't get a hold of certain people. So they're like, okay, they send an adult around the back to the other exit in the room. And they try and encircle you so that you can then, they can stop you for whatever this particular time, they just want you to answer some questions. So it's like, "Hey, how are you? How's school?" And they're like, and that coughing is authentic because that's like the old Asian grandpa that has been smoking, for the last 48 years, and asking you, "How's school? How are you doing?" Some people are laughing right now because I'm sure this is a true experience. But eventually you find your way to wiggling out of that as well. And now finally, the final thing that they do at the end of the night. And this is the one thing. You've been smoking for the last 48 years? No, I'm not. I've not. First of all, I'm not a grandfather. And then second of all, I don't smoke. And then third of all, I'm not even that old. So, but rest assured, I'll probably look like this when I'm 48. But now, the last ritual of the night, and this, the adults do not come running for you. They just say, "Hey, it's time to give out red envelopes." And I don't know what it is in Chinese, but in Vietnamese, it's pronounced lì xì. And so all of the kids trying to come and chase after all of the adults because here are all the kids, and all of the adults are like waiting for them over here. Where? Okay, Hellthorn saying, "Where are all the important questions?" All right, yeah. Like, how are you doing in school? Why'd you get an F? Are you married? Um, do you have kids yet? When are you gonna have kids? Xavier, thank you kindly for the applause. Are these the questions that you're talking about, Hellthorn? These are all the important questions? Because yeah, these. I didn't want to get too oppressive, right? Also, I was trying to remember how to do all the slights as I was performing this bit. Anyway, um, the other one thing, Hellthorn, if you watch how I handled this trick, you do get to see all four different faces of the jacks. In the original handling, you don't see all four original, and so you may have to see repeats. I know I might be giving some stuff away, but let me know if you want to talk about it some more. So that's an interesting thing, magician to magician, that also knows how to do this trick. So I quote-unquote fixed, but I added it to the story, so it makes sense. Yeah. So, let's see. Alright. Alright, Hefe! Happy New Year! Gotta head out. Yeah, you have a glorious night, Hefe. Oh my god, Kashmir Feline! Kashmir Feline is raiding. Hey, welcome in, Kashmir. How's it going? How are you doing tonight? Wow, I had a raid thing right on my mouth. Yeah, if we can get a shout out for... Oh, excellent. We see the shout out for Kashmir Feline. And we hear that there's magic here. Yes, you're correct. Oh my god, Chris M.E., thank you kindly for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. How's it going? Kashmir, how is your stream? Dingel? Ding-L? Thank you kindly for the follow. Okay, hold on, I'm just gonna... Alright, I need to change that, or at least make it shorter. Yeah. Most hype raids! How is your stream, Kashmir? Hopefully it went well. Hopefully it was productive. So, if anybody is not following Kashmir Feline, please give Kashmir Feline a follow. Currently doing productivity streams to finish her dissertation. So, and believe it or not, so oftentimes I might pop in just to say hi and hang out for a little bit, but I recently just used it legitimately for productivity. I think it was on Wednesday for the first time. I was like, yes, all right. So I actually got some work done this one time. Most other times I'm just kind of like in for a little bit. Let's see here. We blame you for my stream's existence, Crazy Asian. You're welcome. Hopefully, and we love you for it. Yeah. So I think I'm going to start, every time you tell the story in your stream, I'm going to do ! origin story. So FYI, if there's any mods that may want to add something, feel free. But I will go ahead and type origin story every time. Yeah, so if anybody didn't know, so Kashmir Feline and I hang out in another Discord. We were hanging out one night on a Discord video call. And she was like, "Yeah, I need to do my dissertation, but I want to start streaming." And she was like, "Oh, maybe after I finish the dissertation." I'm like, "Why not just start streaming now?" And it's like I gave her a couple of examples of two other streamers that do productivity streaming. One of which is man, I forget both of their names now. But anyway, I gave her both of them. I think she checked them out. And then productivity streams. And now there's a bunch of people hanging out. So it's cool. Kashmir Feline has more mods than I do. I mean, I haven't really been on the lookout for mods. But we have a shared mod, Gibson Lens. So, but yeah, feel free to give Kashmir Feline a follow. And if you like the Midnight. Feline Raid! We blame you for this. Feline! Yes. Also, anybody who... is endearing and knows Kashmir Feline. We will call her Kashmir Feline. There you go. I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Actually, I really didn't end up checking them out beforehand. Oh, you did not? Okay, you just did it. All right, cool. Well, excellent. Well, good for you then. You know what? The productivity portion of your stream, perfect. Amazing. Okay, cool. Now, I know that we just had a request for Jazz Aces for Xavier, requested 777. And actually, I believe Xavier has a signed card. So let me try and use that trick. Sorry, use the sevens in this trick. Was it a 7 or was it something else? Nope, sorry. I misremembered. I did see it earlier. Hold on while I look for a card. Oh, it's a 6. My apologies. I'm going to use the 6s. Okay, and then I guess it wouldn't be right to have Jazz Aces without the 6s. I think I did this earlier, but you know what? Resub, I'll do whatever trick you want. Okay. All right. Nailed it with very little research. Lol. Okay, all right. I always say cashmere now, and then silently say filine in my head afterwards. Oh, first of all, welcome in, and I heard Rob say Cavinius. Is Cavinius the correct pronunciation and not Savinius? Is it Cavinius? Please confirm. That's just the European way to say your name. Okay. Sorry, I just had to catch up on chat while I was searching for cards. I did not look at chat at all. Yes, Cavinius. Oh, okay, excellent. Cavinius. All right, let's get it correct. I want to be correct. I'm sorry if I've gotten it wrong. To be fair, I didn't know how to pronounce it before. Okay, so what we have here is the 4 aces, and then we have the 4 sixes, and we have starring Xavier 777 because Xavier is, and you know what? Let's have Xavier be. Let's do this in reverse. Can we do this in reverse? Maybe we could do this in reverse. Yeah, let's do this in reverse. So this will be Jazz 6s. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the 3 6s out here. And then we're going to have Xavier be the main card in which we collect all of the other 6s. Yes! Yes! I'm brilliant! I'm brilliant! Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to place another 6 over here. Did I do this right? I think I did this right. Sorry. These are the 6s. I'm going to place an ace here. And I can show you that these are all aces. And I'm going to place this 6 here. And what we're going to do, man, this is totally messing me up, but this is good for my brain because I need to mix this up. If I snap, believe it or not, that 6 has now jumped from here to here because look, the 6 has traveled down here. I know, that's so strange. That's so strange. So look, now what we're going to do. Did you guys see that? All right, I'm going to go ahead and start over because it's not like I haven't started over enough tonight. Let's see. I will mulligan. Okay, I think I need to go in with the mindset that I'm going to be doing this with the 6s instead of the aces. And you know what? Screw the aces, because that's just going to mess me up, because I need to. I'm just going to choose some face cards. Alright. Yes, I made up this name back in high school Latin class. Cavinius. Yes, okay, cool. Awesome. Romans, countrymen, and friends. Alright. Here we are. Okay, we are going to be doing this with that sans aces. So this is Jazz Xavier. That's it. Jazz Xavier. Okay. So we have the 6s over here. And we have the jacks over here. So what I'm going to do is we are going to go ahead and have all of the 6s go out here. So we have 3 6s out there. And then we have our Xavier 6 of diamonds going to go out right here, like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a jack on here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take this 6 and place it here. And if I snap, you're going to see that these are all jacks because the 6 has jumped down here. Okay, we're in a much better situation now. Here's a jack. I'm going to place that here. And what we're going to do is take this 6 and place it here. Watch. And now I'm taking the 6 out of here and place it here, because if I show you, there's no 6s here. They're all jacks because the 6 has hopped down here. And then finally, what we have is a situation in which I'm just going to go ahead and place a jack here and take this 6, place it in here. And believe it or not, we have all of our jacks up here, and the final 6 has hopped down here. And that, my friends, is Jazz 6s for Xavier 777. Xavier CL 777. There we go. Much better. Okay. Woo! Man, making me practice legit today. Thanks, guys. Okay. Let's see. Thank you kindly for... Oh, Kashmir says, how? Did I capture the emote like perfectly there? All right. Thank you kindly for the woo, Hellthorn. Thank you kindly for the... Oh, hold on. My apologies about that sound redeem Xavier. Let me replay it for you. My fault, because I was messing with the sound to stop the stop the long raid sound there. There we go. That was from Xavier. Thank you kindly for the applause. No, sorry. You did mind blown. My mistake. I'm bad at reading. You did this. Thank you kindly for the mind blown Xavier. My apologies. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Land. Yeah, sound alert's muted. Yes. All right. Discovered that. Yes. Degrees Kelvin, Celsius, or Celsius? Oh, yeah. Charlie's Beats, thank you kindly for the error. I like the Final Fantasy raid music, though. Final Fantasy is on sub, yes, so I have that on sub and resub. And thank you kindly for the shock, Dingal. Jack's performing at Boston Magic Lab, and apparently Francis Minotti is performing there at the same night too. Oh, awesome! Oh, sub. Sorry, my mistake. Oh, yeah. I'm just letting people know if they want to repeat it. Rating won't get that. It will be a sub. Okay, let's see. Charlie has requested hair razor or degrees Celsius. Yes. So in American English, we pronounce it Celsius. And we use the K for Kelvin. Kelvin and Celsius are the same scale, but have different starting points. And then Fahrenheit has a different scale, and just by the nature of it having a different... It also has a different starting point. Yeah, everything's messed up. We are being Latin nerds at the moment, yeah. Yeah, also the A and the E, if it's like that, right? It should be the combined letter AE, right? That's correct? Okay. Okay, let's do hair razor. For anybody who, when I first started doing hair razor, that was when I started putting my hair up in a bun. So, hey, appropriate for hair raising. And this was requested by Charlie's Beats. Yes, Charlie's Beats. There we are. I did not want to cough in anybody's ear, but so beware, I am still a little sick still. I've had 3 cough drops tonight. So, yeah. Okay. Then we're going to do this. Okay. Sorry, setting this up is a little bit weird. Okay. Here we go. So we have Hair Raiser as requested by Charlie's Beats. Accurately hair raised. Okay, so first things first. This trick is going to require the use of ace, 2, 3 of hearts. Now what I want to do is have some helper cards, and you'll see that these helper cards over here are the red jacks. Jack of diamonds and jack of hearts. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do something interesting with these. Okay, if I go ahead and I just take the ace and I place it on the bottom, you would think that it's on the bottom, but no, it's actually on the top. Now if I take that out, I can do something similar with the 2. See, if I take the 2 and I place it on the bottom, and I can actually, you know what? Normal, other people who do this trick will require 2 snaps for the 2 to jump up. Because look, the 2 is actually hopped up. So let's do it that way this time. And then finally, let's grab the 3, and you know, as you guessed it, 3 snaps, and that will bring the 3 back up. Now everybody's like, hey, you're a magician. Can't you do it with fewer snaps? Well, yes, of course. Here, watch. If I go ahead and I place this, the 3 took 3 last time. It just needs 1 now. The 2 took 2 last time. It just needs 1 now. And the ace just needed 1 last time. You know what? Doesn't need any this time. There we are. Now, that's the thing with this trick, right? So we have the jacks and we have the ace, 2, and the 3. And a lot of people think that the jacks were doing all of the work. And believe it or not, that's not truly the case. Thank you kindly for the applause, Xavier. Greatly appreciate it. If I stack the 3, 2, and the ace back, and I just show you that the ace, the 2, and the 3 were the ones that were magic the entire time. Let me just go ahead and place the 3, the 2, and the ace back, and I'll put the jacks back over here. I'm going to go ahead and just cut to a random card somewhere in the middle here. Right here? Okay, let's just mark that for a second, because what I want to instill in you is that the jacks are not the magical part of the trick. The magical part of the trick is that the ace, the 2, and the 3 of hearts are the ones that are doing all the magic. And so let's see what card we stopped at. It happens to be, hey, Charlie's Beats, 5 of hearts. What a coincidence! Or is it? Because Charlie's Beats requested this trick. So how can I not have the punchline be Charlie's Beats with all the 5s? And that, my friends, is Hair Raiser. Okay, all right. Let's see. We are being Latin nerds at the moment. Okay, I think I saw that earlier. I don't know if I read it out loud, but yes. Latin nerds, woo! I don't know much Latin, but love it, yes. I love being nerdy geeky about stuff, so. Let's see. Have you watched The Barbarians TV series? Romans and Barbarians. I haven't. I actually don't watch TV because I don't have much time. Not that I wouldn't like to watch TV or movies. I used to love movies all the time. If you go back far enough in my YouTube channel history, you'll see that I reviewed a ton of movies when I worked at a video store. Yes, I worked at a video store. Yes, it was Blockbuster. I worked at Blockbuster Video for a while. Thank you kindly for the eyes and the shock. Charlie's Beats and Dingel. Man, you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce that. Um, Xavier says, "What? How?" Thank you for the eyes, Kashmir. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have an eyes emote too, and just literally take this picture, like right there. Man, okay. I'm gonna stop that before it hurts me. Hellthorn says, "Woo!" All right, thank you kindly. Woo! Hellthorn, do you know how to do this one as well? Are you familiar? Just curious. Thank you kindly for the claps. Rob Kovacs, Savinius, sorry, Kavinius. Man, I'm gonna have to build the muscle memory. Kavinius. All right. I know. Okay. Please forgive me, Kavinius. Please forgive me. I beg of you. I beg of you. All right. Let's see. Dumpster fire. So you can take my exam for me. Seems like you can get me a pass. Oh yes, if you like Romans, they made a big effort to make the Romans speak Latin with subtitles. Oh, thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. Convenius. Gibson Lens, thank you for the YouTube. Yeah, if anyone wants to check out my YouTube, feel free. There it is. Hello Thorn says, I have an inkling it's probably been a long while since I did that, considering I've got to keep things in the hands. Yes, yeah. I have this luxury because I don't actually do any sort of gig work, so I can just perform in front of my computer. I actually lack a lot of real interaction with people performing magic, so. Ares has requested a trick called Aria, so let's do that. Okay, alright, you know what? I'm feeling like using the tens don't get a lot of love. Let's use the tens for this trick. Normally done with aces, but let's use the tens. Okay. So I have the four tens. I can shuffle the rest of the deck. It doesn't really matter. Whoops. Okay, and what we're going to try and do is we are going to lose all of the tens in the middle of the deck. So first things first, let me turn all of the tens face down. And then I'm going to go ahead and place 3 cards on each pile. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to turn them face up as well. And what we are going to do is take each pile, we're going to stick the ace into it, and then we'll stick that pile somewhere into the deck. So let's place this one somewhere close to the middle, like so. It's going into the middle. Same thing with this one. Let's take this one. Sorry, I said aces. I meant tens because I normally do this with aces. See, I've got to flex my mind. So that 10 is going to get lost in there. Going to place it closer to the bottom this time, like so. And then this one, we're going to lose the 10 in here. And we'll place this one closer to the top somewhere, like so. And then finally, we've got this last 10 right here. And all we're going to do is just make it jump. 1, 2, 3. And actually, all of the tens have hopped up to the top. And that, my friends, is Aria. And as you will see, there's no other tens in the deck. I could have used other ones that were signed. They'd be the same. It's just the tens don't get any love from anybody, so. Which might be, by the way, a great time to mention. If you are, hey, thank you kindly for the applause, Xavier. For anybody who has Amazon Prime and you have not connected it to your Twitch account, if you do, you get a free Prime sub. I don't care if you don't use it on me. I do care that you use it. So please go support literally any creator on Twitch. Like literally anybody that we shouted out tonight. So, support them with your free Prime sub once a month. And if you do want to use it on me, I would be grateful. Feel free. But otherwise, yeah, just use your Prime sub. But as a bonus, anybody who wants to sub, if you haven't yet had a chance to sign a card, anybody who subs or gives me the equivalent of like a sub, so like 500 bits, you get to sign a card in the Twitch deck. That's how people in chat get to sign cards. So everybody whose name you've seen, who's been in chat, who you've seen on a card, that's how they signed a card. So. Okay, let's see. Let me catch up with chat here. Rob Kovac says, honestly, I don't know now whether to say it was Latin or the Cavinius way. Rob Kovac, oh yeah. Cavinius says, I want you to say it how you prefer. But maybe we prefer the correct way, or how it is supposed to be pronounced. Gonna go get a bite to eat after that long stream. Kashmir, you enjoy whatever food you are eating and getting. So lurk for me. Lurk time for me. Yep. Make sure you're all following them, everybody. Oh, thank you kindly for the love, Kashmir. Greatly appreciate it. I felt a cough coming on. I suppressed it. Rob says, Chevinius. Or if it's a long, no, not a long E, short E, Chevinius. Unless it's a long E. Chevinius. Let's see. We do have another request. Requested by Charlie's Beats. All right. Okay. Whew. All right, Charlie. This is called the inverted card trick. You've probably seen me do this before, but if not, this you may have also seen other people do this in their childhood playground when kids are like, okay. So, all right, Charlie. Let's have you just select a card. If you want to use heat map, feel free. I believe it should be working. We did have some technical difficulties earlier where all I had to do was refresh it, but let me know if you're clicking on the screen and nothing's showing up. And if not, you could just name a card you see, and that would be fine as well. It doesn't matter that I know what it is. I'll let you know. It doesn't really matter. But normally I would do this without seeing. Somebody clicking? That's what they all say. It's true. It's true. Chosen. Oh, excellent. Okay. Oh man, you hit it so well. Okay, here it is. It looks to be the Jack of Hearts. Okay, excellent. So you've selected the Jack of Hearts. That is great. So what we are going to do is we're going to have you place, if you were here, the Jack of Hearts back into the... Oh, hold on. While we're here, let me go ahead and eat this heat map. Oh, by the way, if anybody wanted to keep count, I added the heat map counter. Heat map eating counter. All right. So where were we? Oh yeah, Charlie. If you were here, I would have you just push the card into the deck anywhere you would like. So let's say here. And you really could put it anywhere. However, we're going to do something super interesting with it because what I would like to do is show you that it turned itself over. 1, 2, 3. Did you see it turn over? Actually, maybe it didn't turn over because the entire deck turned itself over. And if we take a look through the rest of the cards, your card isn't there because your card is here. Yeah, Jack of Hearts. Now here's the thing. This is where the trick would stop for most people performing the trick. But look, if I go ahead and we'll do it again, and some people think that I'm doing a trick in a certain way, I'm going to go ahead and put the face down card into a face down deck. Like so. Not giving away any secrets from the first half or anything. But look, all I have to do is turn the deck around that one card. I'm going to freeze that card in place and turn it around. So the rest of the deck has actually turned itself around, but that card has stayed in the same face down direction. Because if I show you, take a look, there's now one face down card. And if we take a look, the rest of the cards, not your card. However, if we take a look at this card and I show you, it's actually Jack of Hearts. And that, my friends, is the inverted card trick. Charlie's like, "Wah!" as well as the Kino. Thank you kindly for the claps, Gibson Lens, and the "Wah!" Charlie's Beats.
Yes.
Xavier, thank you for the mind blown. Excellent, thank you. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Alright guys, it is midnight. I'm thinking about ending soon. Let's do a last call. So if anybody would like to request any tricks, here's your chance to get any tricks in. And we'll bang those out before we find somebody to raid. But anyway, thank you very much everybody for hanging out with me on this Sunday night on Lunar New Year. Oh, you got two. Okay. Oh, it's the same one. Okay. We're just going to do it once. Alright, there we go. Charlie's like, I'm super eager to see that one. And where was I? Oh yeah, so and then I'll pick one for a finale. But anyway, I do want to let everybody know. Thank you very much for joining in on your Sunday night on Lunar New Year. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys had fun. It is now the year of the rabbit, and please do. I was gonna say this out loud, and then I'm like, people are gonna clip this. Please act like rabbits this year. Don't clip this. Damn it. I shouldn't have said that. We had Arya, so we should do Overture. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Makes sense. Oh, there's this trick that I should probably add. So I'd done it for my 100 Tricks in 100 Days project, and I got the name wrong. And the name of the trick is called Pink Floyd. So I think if I added that trick into the song list, into my trick list, it would probably be popular just because it's music, because a lot of the people who come to view are music or involved in music streams here. So, but anyway, all right. What am I doing? I need to set up for this trick. But yeah, we're in last call, so after I'm done with this is a short trick too, so if you want to see more magic, otherwise we'll call it afterwards. All right, and let's use Charlie's Beats. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, we have our two red fives, including Charlie's Beats, and our two black kings. If I go ahead and I turn the two black kings face down and I place the two red fives face up in between the two black kings, you'll see that if I was to reverse count them, like so, the state would basically be the same. The two red fives are in the middle of the two face down black kings. But if I was to change just one thing that I did with the packet, and that is to give it a magical shake right here. Believe it or not, this magical shake changes everything. Would you now believe that the red fives are face down on the outside and the two black kings are face up in the middle? Because if you don't, you should watch. Because that's all it took for them to switch places. And that is Overture. And you know what? Technically, Charlie requested this twice. So let me go from the black kings face up in the center, and let me just go ahead and just give it a magical shake again to do the trick a second time. And that magical shake was all that was needed, because now the red fives are face up in the middle and the black kings are face down in the center. Because look, I know, isn't that strange? And hopefully that fulfills 2 requests of overture for Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the request, Charlie. Starring Charlie's Beats. Oh, thank you kindly for the Heatman, Rob. And GTFO! I know, it's so subtle. I could also do that with borrowed cards. Like, I could, if you just had a deck of cards at your house, I could come over to your house and perform that trick with those cards. There's nothing weird about these cards for this trick. Obviously, I have some tricks in which they are weird because, you know. Snapchat. Oh, wait. Hold on. Clear plastic cards. Okay, that's going to be tough to literally do any of my usual closers. All right, I'm going to have to. You know what, Charlie? Overture. Your choice of trick? Oh, okay. All right. We'll do a magician's choice then for that redeem. For clear plastic cards. Okay. SP, let's do choice, and then let's close the queue, and I'll add one of my usual closers. I think I did both of them last time. All right. I'm just gonna do dazed because I like it. I just love performing this trick. Okay. All right, now we have a snap change transposition as requested by Aries. Aries 4443. There's 3 4s and 1 3. Okay. All right. Actually, while Rob Kovacs is here, we can do this Rob Kovacs style, actually. We'll see if it meets high standards. I look forward to seeing it on the next clip and show. Oh God. Okay, so look, I've got 2 cards here. It is 88-bit and 88-bit with the controller. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the one with the controller down here. But let's pretend I did not want to do that. I wanted to switch them. If I just go ahead and I snap change it like so, I now have the one with the controller. And the one that's down here is actually the one without the controller. And that, my friends, is the snap change transposition 88-bit style. Shout out to Rob Kovacs, who's also known as 88-bit when he does video game music. Also, the one time I need 88-bit emotes. You currently don't have 88-bit emotes, so you need to resub. Thank you kindly for the request, Aries. And yeah, Rob, I don't see you in here. I think when I did that last time, you were not present. So I'm glad that you were present this time and somebody requested, and that reminded me. I guess I took them all. They got replaced. Oh, that's right, because all of the new emotes had to take slots. So yeah, that's all right. I have the stickers. I was thinking if I won the stickers from the raffle the other day, I could have more crazy tricks. But anyway, so yeah, that was snap change transposition, or it's called transpo, right? Yeah, but transpo is short for transposition. All right, magician's choice, but with clear plastic cards as requested by Charlie's Beats. So actually, why don't I just share this screen with you as I show you what the clear plastic cards are. And I choose, because these cards are basically normal playing cards, except that they are basically partially clear. So that is something. And so let's see here. We are going to do, what's one that I have not done in a while and I should do? Maybe let's do, you know what? Nobody requests this one. So we're officially going to do French twist for the clear plastic card redeem for Charlie's Beats. Okay. So let me first find all the aces. Should be pretty easy because I've literally just spread them all out. I said should be pretty easy. There we go. Okay. And so just to show you all what they look like at the moment, we have the ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts. Sorry, I'm going to cough. Okay. So, all right. So with these cards, with these four aces, I'm going to do something interesting. Actually, let me just say if I do this, I'm going to hold the packet, and if I shake them, one of the aces will turn face up each time. Right? Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm dying. Dying is the human condition. Okay. Now look, if I hold the pack, I'm going to show you, look, we've got the ace of hearts now face up. But now I'm going to show you all of the cards are face down. Once again, nope, that's a lie. Okay, so the bad thing about this trick is if I slightly mess up, I don't know where I am. We're going to be doing this one again. But it's not going to be a boss trick because it's really easy to slip. Oh, I didn't even get the command correct. All right, there we go. Okay, all right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Four aces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four aces here. I can make the explanation a little bit shorter. But look, if I hold it, I shake it, one of the aces will turn face up. Okay, great. Now we're going to do that. Hold it, shake it. Ace of diamonds has turned itself face up. Okay, excellent. Now, all of the cards are now face down again. And this was not the fact that they were clear. This is the fact that they were slippery and plastic. So, but look, all I have to do is hold the pack and give it a little bit of a shake. And now you're going to see the ace of clubs is now face up. Okay, and now we have all of our cards face down. But all we have to do is hold the pack and give it a little bit of a shake. And now one of the aces turns itself face up. Okay. There we go. And now, if I hold the packet, actually, wait, before I shake, let's pretend I didn't do that shake yet. Man, see, this is how infrequently I do this trick. All of the cards are face down, but now if I give it a shake, there we go. The ace of spades turns itself face up. And here's the thing. With this trick, with the four aces, that's all you need to do to just four aces, hold them, shake them for a little bit. And then I have one other trick with this packet of cards. If I show you all the cards are facing in the same direction, but if I just cut all the aces into the middle and I shake them very vigorously, like I would have earlier, and now if I spread, the aces are actually now face up in the deck. And that, my friends, is French twist with clear plastic cards and and a mulligan. Man, starting off the new year great. We had like 5 mulligans today. Rob says, "Wait a minute, those cards look different." Oh yeah. This is for Charlie's Beats clear plastic card redeem. So, yep, there we go. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Skips and Lens. And, oh, that's right. I got to mark the list. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. And now for the finale. Once again, I do like to say thank you, everybody who tuned in to watch. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for following. We got some new followers today. Thank you kindly for the raids that we got today. We got Cashmere Feline. Thank you for the resubs today. Got a few of those. Thank you for the bits as well. So thank you for all of the support. Everybody greatly appreciate it. Thank you everybody who interacted with the stream. If you requested a trick, chose a number, clicked on the screen, chose a card, anything like that, greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who is lurking. As I always say, without anybody to watch, if I was just here fiddling with cards, nothing would happen. It's just me practicing fiddling with cards. The magic happens in your mind, so thank you for watching. And then also, thank you kindly for helping me out. Gibson Lens, my mod today. Let's give Gibson Lens another shout out. So, and also, oftentimes, if you end up in Gibson Lens' stream, I will be there a lot, just in general, because I'm mod over there. So let's give Gibson Lens an official shout out as well. But heads up, I will not be around on Twitch probably for like the second half of the week, probably from Wednesday to Sunday. So I'm probably not going to be hanging out because I'm going to be at a convention. So anybody who misses me, I greatly appreciate you missing me. But I will be at a convention in real life. If I have never tried to stream from my phone. I hear it's a pain in the butt. I don't know if I want to stream from my phone, but if I feel like I may want to, then I'll give that a try. But for the most part, I probably won't. Let's see. Chris M. says it's pretty easy. Okay. Oh, we'll miss you, Nam. Oh yeah, we can talk about it. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll still be around, so definitely want to come back. Usually, if my schedule is like a regular week schedule, it's probably fine. You'll probably see me, but for weird events like this, which by the way, I have not been to a convention in years. I really want to go to a convention again. So I used to go to different conventions. I used to go to PAXs, Gen Cons. And this is a Magic convention. Yes, I'm going to be in Columbus, Ohio this weekend, from Thursday to Saturday. I mean, I'm driving in Wednesday, but I think I'm going to get in late because I sense that it's going to be delayed, a snowstorm and stuff. But anyway, yes, going to a Magic convention. So close to me, yes. Sorry, I don't have time to swing by. If it was like closer, I would consider it, but I don't think it's in the cards for me. But also, I'm going to be hanging out with my best friend because my best friend is actually flying into my city. I'm going to pick him up from the airport. Then we're going to carpool. So he's actually doing double travel. He could just fly straight to Columbus from where he is. Instead, he's flying here, and then so he and I are also basically a road trip, kind of like old days for us a little bit, to the convention. So, all right, this trick is called Dazed. So I have a packet of cards here. I've got a 6 diamonds, I've got a queen of clubs, and then 4 other cards. If I hack up a lung during the presentation of this trick, you'll be extra impressed because he's doing this while hacking up a lung. Alright, so I have 4 cards. If I count through these cards, you'll see that there's nothing weird on this side. But if I flip them over, there's actually something weird because you'll see that they're backs on both sides. Actually, curiously, except for this one's a little bit weird. Let's leave that out for a second. Rob's got to bounce, but have a great rest of the stream. Thank you kindly, Rob, for hanging out, and you have a glorious evening, and we'll talk to you later. But look, we've got all of these double backers here, but they have a strange property. When I do something as strange as hovering them over, another card, and hack a lung. Sorry. All of the cards will turn to 6s. I know, strange. Same thing with this queen of clubs. If I hover them over the queen. Sorry, guys. So yeah, my last two streams I did not advertise because I was kind of in a similar state. It might be a little bit worse today, cough-wise, but I feel better overall. But look, all of the cards have now changed to be queens of clubs. Strange, I know. And with my dying breath and a sniffle. Now if I do something interesting like placing it over here and just flipping it over on top of those queens, it's going to change all of them to be blank cards. And I know, some people ask to see the backs of these cards, which I can now show you. And that, my friends, is my handling performance of a trick called Dazed, and that is our finale for tonight. Now that I can mute, I don't have to assault your ear holes with coughing. Ugh. Anyway. Whew. Thank you kindly, everybody. We'll call that a stream. So thank you very much. As I said, everybody follow everybody. Everybody is great. Thanks for being here. I love you all. Let's see. Sorry, I didn't feel that one come. Okay. I'm alive. I've learned my lesson. I don't try and choose raid targets before I'm actually ready to raid. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, Charlie's Beats, Chris M. Yee, Dumpster Fire. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you know what? I think there's somebody I have to raid that I have never raided, and they raided me with a big raid once. And I should probably raid them back. Let me just make sure. Okay, well, it looks like she's still going, but she's been going on for 6 hours. Well, we're gonna raid everybody. We're gonna raid Kimmery Sky. Musician, I've hung out in there a couple of times, not too much. Let me just have this heat map. Delicious. But we're gonna give her a raid. Yeah, she raided into my channel once with like 100 people, and I was like, oh my god, I have no idea. So, let's, oh wait, and we have a raid call. Raid calls. Raid. Sub raid. Feel free to copy a raid call, everybody. And we're going to go over to Kimmery Sky. All right, everybody, have a glorious evening. Take care. And we'll see you next time. See ya.